What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match and Barcelona beat Athletic Club 1-0 at the San Mames. What a game this was. I'm out of breath and tired just from watching the game. It was one of the most craziest games in the league I've seen this season. But yet again, Barcelona come out on top. Another 1-0 win, another goal from Raphinha, assisted by Busquets. It's not really a copy and paste from the Valencia game because this one was way more difficult. But again, we made it through it. I am in absolute awe right now. We have one hand on the league title and the other hand will be there when we beat Madrid next weekend. I mean, the game was absolutely intense. It was crazy, but the most important thing is that Barcelona walk away with 3 big points, but also another clean sheet. Now, before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Number 1 Foot. Number 1 Foot is one of the best jersey football replica websites on the market. They have a variety of items at fantastic prices. I have here some with me. Firstly is the home kit for this season. Excellent quality. The badge is nice and smooth. Spotify logo is printed on to perfection, and I also even have a jacket as well. This is one of the training jackets that the players wear. There's a logo there on the right hand side, zipper and everything. They have some badges here, the Nike logo as well. The quality is absolutely, feels real, and also the prices are unbeatable. And if you use the discount code BOY at checkout, you do get an additional 15% off your orders. That's BOY. Use that checkout, you get 15% off your order, and all orders above $80 as well will get free shipping. So what are you waiting for? Top link down in the description down below and get your new football kits today. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen right now. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back four Roberto, Kounde, Christensen, and Alejandro Balde. Midfield three Busquets, De Jong, and Xavi. In the front three of Raphinha, Lewandowski, and Ferran Torres, with Ansu Fati, Franck Kessie, Marcos Alonso, and Alejandro coming off the bench. The only goal scorer in this match was yet again scored by Raphinha, who has been carrying us over the past few weeks, and yet again, back-to-back weeks, assisted by Busquets. How do we win? Our last 2 games, both of them 1-0 wins, both Raphinha goals, both Busquets assists. Crazy. Anyways, very similar to the Valencia goal, to be honest. Busquets plays out the ball at the top of the box. He got a few Athletic Club players pressing him. Chips it over the top. Raphinha was just onside, but from the naked eye, you can see he was onside. Controls it, lashes it across the goal from the left-hand side, and puts it into the back of the net. After VAR check, he was onside, and Barcelona went 1-0 up into halftime, and in the end finished with the same result. So overall, the team performance rating on the night, I'm going to be giving it a very solid 8 out of 10. Did we perform an 8 out of 10? No, we didn't. I think our performance probably around a 7. I think from the 95 minutes that we played in this game, I think Barcelona played very well for around 60 minutes, maybe 55-ish, but when you put your heart, sweat, and soul on that pitch, you have to be given credit for that. I saw a tweet from Javi Rating that, look, sometimes we play well, sometimes we play poor, but the effort, the dedication is always on the pitch, and we saw that today. Every single player in that last 20 minutes defended for our lives, and again, they got the result. I did predict a 1-1 in my match preview 2 days ago, and the result looked it was going to be that way. But in the end, the club and the team got through it and got the result. 3 huge points. We played well, I think, in the first half. We controlled the game. Second half, once we got into the last 10 minutes, we were on the ropes. The goal was rightfully disallowed. There was a handball in the build-up from Iker Muniain. Thank God. I mean, if we drew that game, I would have been so disappointed, but we managed to get away with it, and I'm so proud. I think the team showed a lot of fight, a lot of heart, a lot of courage, a lot of determination from every single player on the pitch. Ter Stegen was on a new one. Kounde was unbelievable. Alejandro Balde was unbelievable. De Jong was incredible. Raphinha was doing his thing again. This team is showing a lot of fight, and that's what we want to see. Again, seen a lot of people hating about us winning 1-0. I think it's now our 11th 1-0 of the season, 9th in La Liga, or something like that. We're basically Atletico Madrid under Pique Diego Simeone, but I think it's different from Simeone. Simeone just gets the goal and parks the bus. We get the goal, we try to get the second one, then we try. Last 10 minutes, we park the bus to secure the result. But I'm still so tired from watching that game. It was intense, Valverde was up on the touchline making substitutions. They celebrated the goal that they freaking won the league, let alone drawing a game against Barcelona. Their stadium was full as well. It was their record attendance because they hate us. We don't hate them. You know why? Because I don't give a damn about them. But they somehow, some way, some why hate us. They're chanting to the Segunda, you know, about this Negra crazy crap, and we put them in their place. They can hold that 1-0 victory. Imagine that. They make all this, you know, paper money, sell at the stadium, blah blah blah, and they get beat. Yeah, absolutely. Love to see it. I'm so proud. And this team again is showing away from home. They're monsters. Again, I think the only big game that we lost away from home this season was the Bernabeu 3-1 at the beginning, and then the Old Trafford Bayern Munich was just, we were raw, but we played very well. But you know, we won it. I know what San Mames. We won the Bernabeu this season, the Wanda, Benito Villamarin, the Villarreal Stadium. I think we still have to go to Osasuna Stadium, but we beat Osasuna at the beginning of the season as well before the World Cup. So we were winning left, right, and center in these difficult away grounds, and that shows mentality up here. And I just love this team so much. They're fighting for the badge. Maybe they're not playing champagne football, but I think champagne football will come next season once we get to know it, once the system is understood. Ter Stegen came out after the game saying that it's all about teamwork. Our clean sheets are coming and showing up because we've worked hard in the training, all that sort of stuff. We saw Kounde celebrating clearances, Christensen as well. Ter Stegen was celebrating because they want the clean sheet, and when they get the clean sheet, they know the attackers will get the job done. Overall, very happy. I think the performance, there were some glimpses of some good passes of play, but in the end, the atmosphere, the moment gets to you. I think the team did play well for around an hour of the 95 minutes, but with the fight and the courage and determination, I'm going to give the team performance tonight an 8 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player ratings. You're probably seeing that number thinking, what the hell is going on here? That's why I'm giving Marc Andre Ter Stegen in goal a 10 out of 10, and my man of the match. Those last 20 minutes he saved us. With any other goalkeeper in the world, we're losing. Ter Stegen is the best goalkeeper in the world right now on current form, without a shadow of a doubt. I think he even is one of the best players in the world, let alone best goalkeepers in the world. Man has like, what, 20 clean sheets this season. We've only conceded like 6 or 7 goals. I don't even think we conceded double-digit goals yet in the league. It's absolutely crazy. Only 1 goal conceded at the Camp Nou as well. He was unbelievable tonight. He made some world-class saves. The Nico shot, the Berenguer shot, the Inaki Williams shot in the first half as well. I think his distribution today wasn't that great, but again, the Athletic Club were pressing very well, especially in that last 20 minutes. But I think shot stopping absolutely saved today. World class from Marc. I am so happy to have him back. It feels like we signed a new goalkeeper compared to Ter Stegen last season. If the hair transplant works this well, my God, do some of our other players need some hair transplants. But overall, for Ter Stegen, world class, the best goalkeeper in the world, and he gets a perfect 10 out of 10 from me. Now for center back partnership, firstly on the left hand side, it was Andreas Christensen. I will give Christensen tonight an 8 out of 10. Thought he played very well. Again, defended very well for the majority of the game. Had some good interceptions, good tackles as well. Got forward. He had a good header, I believe, in the first half as well that just went over the bar. But I also want to praise him today for his aerial duels. I think he won a lot of headers as well from the goal kicks, from the long balls from Ter Stegen as well. He was getting a bit stuck in as well. Saw him and Danny Garcia were beefing quite a bit, but he kept cool, kept the mentality, kept focus, and did what he had to do again. Christensen has been a world-class player this season, one of the best signings this past summer, and he was for free as well. Absolutely brilliant. 8 out of 10 from him. But there is one player I think who did defend better than him, and that's of course center back partner on the right hand side. Jules Kounde for me gets a 9 out of 10. Kounde had to do 2 jobs today. 1, play as a center back, but 2, play as a right back when Nico Williams skins Roberto. There was a moment in the first half when Nico Williams is about to, you can tell he's about to tap it past him and run. He does it, and then Kounde is there. I think he did it twice in the second half as well before he pushed back to the right to go 1v1 with Alejandro Balde. We have to give him credit for that last ditch tackle. He made 2 clearances, Kounde. I think one in the 80th minute, the one in the 90th minute that ended up being offside as well. He was world class today. Again, I think his aerial duels, interceptions, his tackles, he had a lot of sliding tackles on Inaki Williams as well, dealing with the pace from both the brothers as well. Unbelievable from Jules today. World class for me, and he gets a 9 out of 10. Into the fullbacks now. Firstly, Sergi Roberto at right back. I'm going to give Roberto tonight an average 6 out of 10. I think, to be fair, in the first half, he played all right. I think apart from getting skinned by Nico Williams twice, I think he defended very well. Got forward very well as well, especially in the first minutes for that chance for Ferran Torres under 2 minutes straight from kickoff. Thought he connected very well with Raphinha down the right-hand side as well. Second half, we didn't see him go forward a bit too much. He was defending a bit much, and then I think in the last 10 minutes before he got subbed off, he was really on the ropes. He was getting skinned by Berenguer. He was getting dropped, and then he got booked as well. So I think just from his attacking point of view, I think he did very well, 7 out of 10. But for defensive wise, gave him a 6, so I averaged it out to a 6. I think honestly he wasn't as bad as I thought he would be. I was tweeting before the game that I was scared, but you know what? It is what it is, and especially with Valverde switching Nico Williams from the right-hand side to the left-hand side on purpose to go 1v1 with Roberto. I think, you know what, Nico was quiet in that first half. So overall for Roberto, credit to him, putting a good shift, but I will give him an average 6 out of 10 tonight. But now left back, completely different story. It was, of course, Alejandro Balde, and I'm giving Alejandro Balde a 9 out of 10. I was going to give him my man of the match if it wasn't for Ter Stegen's masterclass in the last 20 minutes. I thought Alejandro today was brilliant. There were some moments, I think, so in the first half he had to only deal with the Berenguer, and that was, you know, light work for him. It was supposed to be Nico Williams. It wasn't the second half. He got forward a bit, but he had some missed touches, some missed passes, but he's getting in the right areas. I think in the last 10 minutes of the first half, he was making those runs. He was connecting well with Frankie de Jong, Ferran Torres, even Gavi as well. Second half, though, different breed, different monster. He's making his typical runs in the middle, getting forward, putting in some good crosses, and also when Nico switched to his side, had him on lockdown in his back pocket. He couldn't even get past him. I think Balde was world class tonight yet again, and I think Xavi now is realizing that, and he's starting Alejandro Balde more than Jordi Alba. I thought he was brilliant today. Crosses, tackling as well, defensive point of view, making those runs inside as well. World class from Balde today, and for me, he gets a 9 out of 10. Into the midfield now. Firstly, El Capitano Sergio Busquets in the pivot. I'm going to give Busquets tonight a 7 out of 10. Thought he played somewhat well. He did misplace a lot of passes today. Got the assist though. Credit to him for that. I also think, you know, when Barcelona were in possession in the build-up, he played quite well, was making the correct passes. He had some great interceptions, good tackles as well. He won a lot of aerial duels from those goal kicks and long balls as well. I just feel like when we won back possession, he lost the ball right away. When in a tight space, you expect Busquets, you know, usually majority of the time to get those passes through the tight spaces and find another man. Tonight, he didn't. He lost the ball a lot, I believe, when he had possession as well. Not him being pressed and losing it, him passing it and giving it away. So I think that has a big effect on his rating, of course. But I think overall, commanded the game very well. You know, wasn't terrible, but I think it could have been a bit better. Got the assist though, so credit to him. So overall for Busquets tonight, I will be giving him a 7 out of 10. Now for the right-hand side of the midfield, on the right interior, it was, of course, Pablo Gavi. I'm going to give Gavi an 8, but you're probably thinking that's a bit too high, and you're right, it's too high. I think I would give Gavi today like a 6.57-ish. I gave an extra rating for this man's dedication on the pitch. My God, this man dove in twice, diving headers to block passes. I think even Puyol tweeted about it. It was madness. This man puts his body on the line week in, week out to fight for the badge, and I love every single second of it. I think Gavi today didn't really... It wasn't, you know, he wasn't great because he was giving the ball away quite a bit. He was losing it, trying to go run back and get it, commits a foul. He was getting fouled a lot today as well. I don't know if he was slipping because he was of his untied boots or he was actually getting tackled, but he got tackled like 10 to 15 times. I don't even think Clementano blew for one of them. So he was getting a bit frustrated. I think that's why Xavi took him off. But I think he played to a fairly decent level. But again, his dedication today on the pitch was unmatched. We saw him very disappointed. He was, you know, hitting his hand on the ground because he could have got that block in for the Inaki Williams goal. But thank God it was disallowed. So overall for Gavi today, I thought he played very, very well and also put his body on the line as well. So I will give him an 8 out of 10. And finally, the left-hand side on the midfield in the interior was, of course, Frankie de Jong. He also came in and played a double pivot a little bit as well. I'm going to give Frankie tonight a 7 out of 10. Very similar to Busquets. I thought he controlled the game very well in the first half. Everything was going through him, but again, misplaced 1-2 connections with Ferran Torres, misplaced passes as well. But I think and near the end of the first half, he grew into it a bit more, making some good runs in behind, finding Alejandro Balde on the left, trying to find Lewandowski in the middle as well. Second half, I think he played very well as well, and his passing was improved. He didn't misplace too much. Then all of a sudden he gives away a goal. It was poor from him, but thank God Muniain hit that with his hand. It was poor control, poor touch from him. He would have probably gotten a 6 or a 5 if that goal had standed, in my opinion. But I think he did put in a good showing. He was basically the engine of our team, but I think lacked that final touch in the game today. But I think overall, without that engine and presence, the game would have been very, very different. So I credit Frankie de Jong for that. And overall tonight, I will be giving him a 7 out of 10. Now for the forwards, firstly at striker was, of course, RL9, Robert Lewandowski. I'm going to give Lewa a 6. He missed 2 clarissimo chances tonight. Firstly was that donkey touch in the first half. I mean, without that heavy touch, chips it over, puts it under the keeper. That's 1-0. Then in the second half, the header. Those are both. The fact he didn't score one of them is a disgrace. The fact he missed both is just dreadful. I think overall, his build-up play was okay. Lost the ball quite a bit, like Frankie de Jong and Busquets. A lot of his passes were misplaced. I feel like would we have survived without him? Yes. If we had, let's say, for example, Varane and Ansel Raphinha front three. Don't think Lewandowski's presence today changed the game too much, but again, it's better to have him than not to have him, because his build-up play, hold-up play is always very, very important. But again, for me, missed big chances today, and I will be giving him a 6 out of 10. Now the left wing, it was of course Ferran Torres. I'm gonna give Ferran Torres a 5. I think that is honestly a bit generous. I think he wasn't that great. He missed that chance in the first few seconds. His build-up play was terrible. His crossing was terrible. He couldn't read Frankie de Jong. The amount of times they tried to do 1-2s and misplace it was ridiculous. It just didn't seem a threat. He looked like a threat against, Cadiz, against Valencia, even against Almeria a little bit. We saw that flair in him. We saw that, oh, you never know what he's going to do. Today, it just looked like, oh, he gets the ball, passes it back, tries to run, misses it, mispaces it. It was just so sloppy from him again. I think the problem is that Ferran and Ansel are just both up and down with their confidence. It's all over the place. But I think Ferran today wasn't that great, and I will be giving him a 5 out of 10. Now for the substitutions, the subs were Ansu Fati, Franck Kessie, Marcos Alonso, and Angel Alicron. To be honest, they all didn't do anything. Firstly, Franck Kessie got spun from that Benengay chance when he hit the post. He was just he was just ball watching. Terrible from him. Alonso had a big block near the final few minutes when he hit his face. I think it was the one that was offside. Alicron did nothing. Ansu Fati, I think, had one run on the left. That's pretty much it. So the subs not too impactful from Xavi today, but came on, provide some fresh legs, some rotation, some fitness. Overall, I will give them all a 6 out of 10. And last but not the least is of course the manager Xavi Hernandez. So tonight I will be giving an average 6 out of 10. I think his lineup was fairly good from the get-go. I would have went with the three forwards instead of the 4 in midfield. I think starting Roberto at right back was a bit of a risk, but came out well. He chose Ferran Torres. Looks now it was a wrong mistake. Should have been Ansu Fati, but at the time couldn't criticize him. I think again we're missing a lot of Xavi's in-game management. He only used 4 subs. He did a double change and a single change, 2 double changes should I say. I feel like the fact that he doesn't use all the substitutions tells me that he doesn't trust the players on the bench, whether it's Eric Garcia, Pablo Torre. So it's like, why not just send Pablo Torre to the B team, let him go there and play there, develop his game, then maybe send him out on loan next season? It's all these if, buts, and maybes with Xavi. And I think today, we can't really judge him on that last 20 minutes, because I think if we had Pep Guardiola, that last 20 minutes was going to play out very similar. Just them on top of us, pressing us, trying to push for that equalizer. But I feel like Xavi in the second half could have done a bit more in his in-game management. But apart from that, really, I think it was average from him. We came out another 1-0, Raphinha goal, Busquets assist. I mean, fair play to Xavi. He's getting the results. Diego Simeone 2.0. But I think there are some things that he can tweak to just make the team even better and make his performances as a manager even better as well. But overall, can't really complain too much. Clean sheet, 3 points. We move, so I will give Xavi a 6 out of 10. So that was a match review for Athletic Club versus Barcelona in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to first say, of course, is your thoughts on the performance, your player ratings, and your manager rating as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time on the channel in a week's time. I think we will be league champions. And what a win! What a win! What a win this was. So proud of the team and the boys, and we keep the momentum moving. We want the domestic treble won by June. Take care, and Forza Barca.
Yeah.